Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900, regarded himself rightly as the successor of Schopenhauer, to whom, however, he is superior in many ways, particularly in the consistency and coherence of his doctrine. His importance is primarily in ethics, and secondarily as an acute historical critic. His life was simple. His father was a Protestant pastor, and his upbringing was very pious. He was brilliant at the university as a classicist and student of philology, so much so that in 1869, before he had taken his degree, he was offered a professorship of philology at Basel, which he accepted. His health was never good, and after periods of sick leave, he was obliged to retire finally in 1879. After this, he lived in health resorts in Switzerland. In 1888, he became insane, and remained so until his death. I shall confine myself almost entirely to his ethics. Two applications of his ethic deserve notice. First, his contempt for women. He is never tired of inveighing against women. In his pseudo-prophetical book, Thus Spake Zarathustra, he says that women are not as yet capable of friendship. They are still cats, or birds, or at best cows. Man shall be trained for war, and woman for the recreation of the warrior. All else is folly. The recreation of the warrior is to be of a peculiar sort, if one may trust his most emphatic aphorism on this subject. Thou goest to woman? Do not forget thy whip. He is not always quite so fierce, though always equally contemptuous. In The Will to Power he says, "We take pleasure in woman as in a perhaps daintier, more delicate and more ethereal kind of creature. What a treat it is to meet creatures who have only dancing and nonsense and finery in their minds. They have always been the delight of every tense and profound male soul." However, even these graces are only to be found in women so long as they are kept in order by manly men. As soon as they achieve any independence, they become intolerable. Woman has so much cause for shame. In woman there is so much pedantry, superficiality, schoolmasterliness, petty presumption, unbridledness, and indiscretion concealed, which has really been best restrained and dominated hitherto by the fear of man. So he says in Beyond Good and Evil, where he adds that we should think of women as property, as Orientals do. The whole of his abuse of women is offered as self-evident truth. It is not backed up by evidence from history, or from his own experience, which, so far as women were concerned, was almost confined to his sister.